Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Nothing but wars. Jeremy, give me a Star Wars intro. Perfect. This February, at San Diego Comic-Con, aka Marvel, announced that the finale of the Phase 3 of the High Republic is going to start with Star Wars: The High Republic: Fear of the Jedi, which is going to be a new ongoing series by New York Times bestseller Kevin Scott, drawn by the acclaimed artist Marika Cresta, who did Dr. Aphra. So the synopsis essentially is this: what scares the Jedi? As fighting with the Nihil Occlusion Zone increases, Jedi Master Keeve Trennis is set upon a path that will change her life forever. This series will guest star the acolyte Wookiee Jedi Master Kelnaka, who, as we know, is the first Jedi Wookiee, alongside with other fan favorite characters from Star Wars, the High Republic novels, audio dramas, and comics. This is just essentially a love letter to High Republic. So you can see that shown by the beautiful cover by Star Wars cover artist Phil Noto. This is on sale February 2025. So start charging your lightsabers, kids.
Wow, you have a date for yours. I don't even have dates for some of mine.
We are just rolling with this order because this is definitely not what I had listed, but cool. So, briefly, everybody, we've already heard that Deadpool is supposed to die. I say this because this has happened before. At the hands of a new supervillain called Death Grip this September in Deadpool issue 6. But Marvel at San Diego Comic-Con has announced that following this, there will be a successor that will follow in his footsteps, and this person will be his daughter. Ellie Camacho will be the next Deadpool in October's Deadpool issue 7. So essentially, this is the latest in writer Cody Ziegler's roller coaster of a run. We've already seen Wade with his mission, his symbiote stepdaughter. Don't ask. I still don't get it myself. So welcoming the latest Merc with a Mouth, that there being, by the way, everybody, the variant cover done by the always great Mark Bagley. You'll see guest artist Andrea DeVito and co-writer Alexis Quasarano, which is, fun fact, this will be her Marvel Comics debut. And essentially, Wade has fallen and his daughter Ellie is taking up the mantle, while Taskmaster continues her mercenary training. But the point being is that she wants vengeance. And to get that, she is going to need her half-sister Princess's help. So this is going to be a weird fucking book. So you can find that on sale October 2nd, 2024. So, yeah.
Weirder than normal?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just move on.
So speaking, we won't go into it, but has everybody seen Deadpool yet?
No. Next one is Friday. Yep. Moving on.
Everybody's seen it.
No spoilers, or I will find a virus. I will send it. It'll crash all of your precious files.
There we go. Ultraman. This
Jar.
Jar.
This is all over the place, huh? All
yes.
Right. This is the West Coast Avengers one?
No, this is the
Ultraman and the Avengers. Okay, gotcha. All right, so at San Diego, discussion began with the introduction to the Ultraman franchise, highlighting recent additions like Ultraman Arc Series, which can be viewed in English dubbing on YouTube, and Ultraman Rising, a well-received film that quickly became popular on Netflix. Upcoming projects were also announced, including a young adult novels series called Ultra Academy by Rebecca K. Reynolds, and Ultraman card game. Attendees at San Diego can try out all those wonderful things. J.W. Barrett from Mill Creek Entertainment shared about news about the forthcoming Ultraman DVD releases, including collections of Ultraman Blazar and Ultraman Tega, as well as the previously hard-to-find American animated film Ultraman The Adventure Begins. Oh. But the most exciting revelations concerned the comics. While fans already knew about the upcoming Ultraman Avengers crossover in August, it was officially announced that the story will involve a battle against Galactus. The cosmic entity will transform Zerub, one of Ultraman's enemies, into his new herald. Sue is creating cover art for the series, including one depicting Ultraman fighting the Fing Fang Foom.
Nice.
The presentation concluded by emphasizing Ultraman's enduring popularity and continued presence in various media. But yeah, coming in August. I don't have an exact date.
No, it's just August 2024. They don't really have an exact date, but the fact being is that this is the first time Ultraman and the Avengers are crossing over, and they're both characters that were created in the 1960s. So, should be pretty cool. 4-issue series, Kyle Higgins, Mac Room, and Francesco Manna. Yeah.
Wow. I remember a long time ago, it had to be in the 90s. There was an import Ultraman game that was totally friggin' kick-ass. It was just like one-on-one fighting monsters. It was really, really cool. I think it was like 3DO or PC Engine, something like that. It never made it to the States. So.
A lot of good stuff, though. All right, what's next?
Next up, I believe Kari's up.
Yes. All right. Major spoilers. Announced at the Marvel's Next Big Thing panel at SDCC, two extremely well-known and Amazing Spider-Man two extremely well-known members of Team Amazing Spider-Man, writer Joe Kelly and artist Ed McGuinness, will be adding a new saga in the pages of the current Amazing Spider-Man, The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Okay, so Dr. Doom will be taking on the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme, and with it, he goes in his own direction. Rather than fighting the old Doctor Strange way, he chooses his heroes to do his fighting for him so he can continue on dooming away. In this story, he Pokeballs Spidey to do his bidding, granting him 8 spare lives as well as an ultra cool, magically enhanced Doom Spidey suit. We got a preview of the covers, both of the covers of issue 61 that will be on sale on November 13th, and issue 62, which is on sale November 27th. Both are by McGuinness, and this is some of his concept art to go along with it.
And Kari, it is also important to note that there is an upcoming Marvel event that is apparently supposed to be Doom-centric. I believe it's the World According to Doom, or World Under Doom. So there unfortunately wasn't really much beyond the announcement and a cover image that looks like everybody bowing down to Dr. Doom in his new role. But I'm pretty sure that this is all connected.
No, sorry.
I'll go for it.
I was asking if the concept
one at a time, boys.
Wearing a cape.
Yeah, Spider-Man's worn a cape before.
Has he?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, he's worn capes. We went over this on. No,
Keith
will be on later.
Keith will be on later. Don't worry. Thank you for asking. We appreciate that, but. Don't worry, we're just going over San Diego news, and then Keith is our finisher. We're kind of taking a page out of what Favreau and Filoni did. If you stick with us, we'll reward you at the end. So we're Mandalorian you. So
it's like they're doing a big push for Doom or something.
Right. Yes. The Doom song.
All the covers that are going for exorbitant amount of monies because of that.
Yeah, apparently the Funko is going for a crazy amount as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So what's next?
Next up is me. So Marvel Comics is wrapping up their current Star Wars story set after Empire Strikes Back this September with Star Wars number 50 and Star Wars Darth Vader number 50. But they've got something totally awesome coming in October. So now they're going to be going after Return of the Jedi. So Star Wars Battle of Jakku, Insurgent Rising. So this new series takes place after Return of the Jedi, and it's going to be epic. So it's written by acclaimed award-winning author Alex Segarra from Star Wars Poe Dameron and Freefall, Edge of Spider-Verse. And it's drawn by a trio of superstars, including Leonard Kirk, Stefano Raphael, and Jethro Morales. And so Jakku, if you forgot, it's the desert planet from Force Awakens. It's where Rey was scavenging. And so we're finally going to see what big battle happened there. So it's a huge deal in Star Wars history, the Empire's last stand against the Rebels. So this comic is the first 3 stories that will show us how it all went down. We'll see familiar faces like Luke and Leia, plus new characters and who were important during this time. And these comics are bridging the gap between the original movies and the newer ones. We're talking major revelations here, and this is our first real look at this part of Star Wars history in the comics. And coming this October.
Well, hopefully what's revealed doesn't ruin anything that any of the majesty of the mystery of what happened beforehand. They didn't really go into it too much, but that's interesting, filling in the blanks. So, okay.
Well, it seems like what they're doing with Star Wars now. Everything's filling in the blanks, you know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's done well. Nothing worse than a good story that's essentially ruined by, a disappointing filler.
For Star Wars fans, that's everything.
You're right, Jar. Let's not go down that scarlet pit. We'll get lost for 1,000 years.
There's nobody that hates Star Wars more like Star Wars fans.
Okay. Next, please.
What are we doing?
It's the Ultimates.
The Ultimate.
All right.
Universe.
So, briefly, it has been 1 year almost that we have had the new Ultimate Universe, and marking that is Ultimate Universe 1 year in. It's a special one-shot that's kind of the finale for the first year of the new Ultimate line. So essentially, the synopsis is, it's been 1 year since the maker, a.k.a. Reed Richards from the original Ultimate Universe, and was locked away in battle with Howard Stark, a.k.a. the original Iron Man, in this new world. And the Ultimate Universe was left in the hand of his villainous council. Well, as we've seen, while the council's still trying to run the show, while their big boss is frozen in time, or still battling, we're not really sure about that, heroes around the world, like the Ultimates, Spider-Man and whatnot, have started to rise up, determined to essentially fix this secretly broken world. Now, you have 1 year left until their leader. The Makers Council is essentially launching their big, bold plan to wipe out the heroes. So this is going to be an oversized one-shot, setting the stage for year 2. That's going to include the debut of the Ultimate version of 2 major Marvel characters. So this is going to be written by the current writer of the Ultimates, Dennis Camp. Art is, right now, it's to be announced. And the cover is by Ultimate Black Panther artist and Ultimate Reborn issue 1 artist Stefano Caselli. This will be available for purchase December 11th. So we're literally going to be rounding out this year with this biggie. So theories abound. It's going to be really interesting to see what's what.
Crazy, we're already talking about December books.
Right.
I know. Well, so plenty of time for you and Jar to get caught up, just like me and Carrie are. But
I'm glad you guys love the Ultimates.
Well, it's when it's good, Jar. Like, God, I don't know, whatever. Don't get me self-conscious about it, okay? Let's move on. God, leave me alone. I don't have to listen to you. You're not my real dad. Shut.
I am.
This is you, buddy.
It's the TVA. Hey, Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige, Marvel Comics Editor-in-Chief C.B. Bluesky announced at San Diego that a new comic book series titled TVA will be released this December. It's a 5-issue limited series. It'll focus on Time Variance Authority, the organization responsible for maintaining the integrity of the time stream. The series will be written by Catherine Blair, who has worked on the Marvel Studios Loki TV show with artwork by Pere Perez, known for his work on comics like Carnage and Edge of the Spider-Verse. The comic series will merge the Marvel comic version of TVA with its portrayal in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as seen in the Disney Plus shows, Loki and Deadpool and Wolverine. It will introduce MCU characters to the comics for the first time, including the popular Miss Minutes from Loki. The story will follow a new group of heroes recruited by Miss Minutes to monitor and regulate various realities and timelines. This team will include characters from different universes such as Ghost Spider, Captain Carter, and an alternate version of Remy LeBeau. Their mission will be to fix temporal and anomalies across the multiverse and prevent reality from falling apart.
You know,
Kevin Feige. Oh, I'm sorry.
this kind of sounds like a new version of what Judd Winnick and Mike McCone and others did with Exiles. You have these people from different worlds traveling to different worlds, trying to fix them and prevent some sort of gigantic calamity. So I see you.
But it's the TVA.
Yes.
They need to tie it into the movies.
All right. Jar, I'm sorry, Jar, I interrupted you. Finish your spiel.
Oh, no worry. Kevin, I was just going to say Kevin Feige expressed enthusiasm for the project, noting that it's exciting for the studio to see their project adapted into comics, just as they enjoy bringing comic creations to the screen. That's
Cool.
it.
All right. Dope.
Is that another Miss Minutes on the bottom there? Is there multiple Miss Minutes?
There probably is, but they're probably like more evil.
More evil? How can you get more evil than Miss
I don't know, man. There's probably an evil version of you. He probably doesn't care about podcasts.
Doesn't even
It looks
kill
like one has a
snakes.
monocle on, and
Yep.
one of them has like a. Maybe there's a Mr. Minutes.
Looks like one of those like doctor, things.
Evil doctors, yeah.
Well, the blue one does. The other one, I think it looks like he's
like a monocle,
wearing like
yeah.
a Mr. Peanuts monocle. Yeah.
Not the Monopoly Man though, because
Monopoly Man doesn't have a monocle, does he?
All right.
Does he have a hat on?
that's a what do they call it? I forgot the name of it.
I know
It's-
you're
Monocle.
Mandela effect.
Yep, Mandela effect. That's it.
All right. Cool. So pass go. What's next?
I believe it's who's this?
Perry.
It's me. Okay, so on November 27th, Dark Horse will be gracing the shelves of your LCS with a new Hellboy Universe miniseries, The Serpent in the Garden, Ed Gray and the Last Battle for England. Written by Mike Mignola with artwork by Ben Stenbeck. This story is going to follow occult detective Edward Gray being summoned out of hell to defend England against Morgan Le Fay by Alice, who had designated him as the protector of England earlier in the series. Stenbeck, who has worked extensively with Mignola in developing Hellboy Universe, says that this might be his last work on the series, at least for quite a while, and that he's very happy that he will be drawing Edward Gray, who is one of his favorite characters. So yeah, on November 27th, get ready to have this coming out, and it looks pretty. Everybody loves Edward Gray, so
And
looking forward to it.
And Carrie, as one of our resident Hellboy fans, I do want to point out for anybody who may be wondering where this is in the timeline of the quote unquote Mignolaverse. This story is going to take place after the events of BPRD, The Devil You Know, and Koshi in Hell. So this is quote unquote after the end. So just so you're aware, and I'm sure that the book itself will note this or allude to certain events, but we just want to make sure if anybody is curious, that's where it falls in.
Yep.
So November 27th, just in time to get sad about it for the holidays. Yep. What's next?
Okay, next up is me.
Oh boy, this is a big
pretty.
one.
Oh yeah. Well, this is
With
not.
your favorite writer too.
I know this is not the big one. This is it's not the big DC story, but it's
But it's still pretty big. The
Oh,
Justice
totally.
That's what
League.
she said.
The Justice League returning.
So more awesomeness from San Diego Comic-Con. DC Comics announced a new monthly series, Justice League Unlimited. So the series is written by Mark Waid and illustrated by Dan Mora. Like, how awesome is that? So it'll follow the Absolute Power crossover event. So sharing its name with the popular animated series Justice League Unlimited will feature a core team of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and The Flash, with other DC heroes rotating in and out. The first issue's cover showcases additional members like Captain Atom, Black Lightning, and Star Sapphire. Series will return the Justice League to their orbital Watchtower base. Concept art by Dan Moore reveals the various areas within the Watchtower. I think we have that. And so including the Quarters of Solitude and the Phantom Zone. Darkseid is set to be the primary antagonist, with hints of villain achieving a new, more powerful form. So this development will challenge the Justice League to adapt their strategies. Martian Manhunter's presence on one of the first issues covers confirms his involvement with the team. Justice League Unlimited aims to blend classic elements of the franchise with new storylines and character dynamics, potentially appealing a long-time fans with newcomers alike. And if you haven't read it, Wade and Maura are currently on World's Finest. They're totally killing it, and I'm totally excited to see this. So there's no date announced yet, but I'm sure we'll learn more in the coming weeks.
Yeah. It's probably, Leo, I would assume that this is going to spin out of when Absolute Power is done. This will probably start.
Yep.
That's the big, linchpin in a lot of their DC's plans lately.
Yeah. The only thing that's concerning is like this image right here. It has the that robot Batman.
But that's from Absolute Power. So you have the three. Yeah. So Leo, you have Amanda Waller there. You have on the left is Brainiac Queen, who is from.
Okay, so those are the villains up on top. Got it.
Yes,
got it.
And then that's Failsafe. So you know who Failsafe is because you read Chip Zdarsky's run of Batman. So you know that's a robot that Bruce Wayne created to fill in for him should something ever happen. And it went rogue, and he had to put it down. But of course, who found it? Amanda Waller, and she used it to spoil everybody if you haven't been reading Absolute Power. But Amanda Waller has taken her reputation to an even more terrifying level because now she's backing up her boss bad bitch attitude with real power, as in the Brainiac Queen and Failsafe, who are making Amazos. So, and not any sort of Amazos, ones that will literally strip DC heroes of their powers. So, fuck.
Yeah. I need to read Absolute Power, but
you totally need to read Absolute Power. So add that to your list, buddy boy.
Failsafe.
And especially, it's drawn by your favorite team, Wade and Maura. So what more do you need?
Totally. I mean, World's Finest is awesome. Failsafe, I know it definitely a sour note. But yeah, definitely interested to see.
It's Mark Wade. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, totally.
So, all right. So what's next?
Huh?
Yes, this is me. So, for those wondering why My Chemical Romance guitarist Mikey Way is up there, it's because it has been recently announced that along with co-writer Jonathan Rivera and illustrator Piotr Kowalski, he is working on a new book with Dark Horse titled Christmas 365, which is also home to his I believe it's either his brother or half brother, Gerard Way's Paranoid Gardens and the Umbrella Academy. His work, Christmas 365, is an oddly feel-good story that balances bizarre and magical Christmas lore with gallows humor. So it follows the arc of Peter Rockwell and his family as they navigate the treacherous holiday season, aided by words of wisdom from a strip mall Santa. So it's essentially been described as having the spirit of Nightmare Before Christmas and the kind of weird suburban charm of John Cusack's cult classic Better Off Dead.
I want my $2.
What happened?
I want my $2.
Thank you. So essentially, basically, the idea of this is it's a story where essentially imagine a Christmas that never ended. That is one that you have to live day in and day out. So Way said that he saw it was an opportunity to tell a funny but heartfelt story that's in that 80s, 90s Christmas movies that he loves so much. So if you loved Home Alone, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation, and Nightmare Before Christmas, this is going to be right up your freaking alley. They haven't announced when it's going to probably start. I would assume due to its subject, we're going to probably see this released November, December-ish, or maybe a little earlier, maybe just in time for the spooky season. But yeah, so My Chem fans, we're not okay, but boy, this looks great.
Shitter's full.
Next, please.
Oh, finally, the West Coast Avengers. I've been waiting for this one. All right, the next big thing panel at San Diego Comic-Con is a yearly highlight for Marvel comic fans, offering a glimpse into upcoming major changes in the Marvel Universe. This year's panel did not disappoint, with Editor-in-Chief C.B. Cebulski and various Marvel creators unveiling new series, hinting at future storylines and showcasing trailers. A key revelation was a teaser for One World Under Doom, a new direction for the Marvel Universe following the Blood Hunt event. However, the announcement that really caught attention was the revival of the West Coast Avengers series. Writer Jerry Dugan and artist Danny Kim are set to bring this iconic team back to life with a surprising roster of heroes. What's truly intriguing about this new West Coast Avengers lineup is the inclusion of former villains seeking redemption, most notably Ultron. Iron Man and War Machine have assembled this team using Ultron as a test case for villain rehabilitation. The AI antagonist appears to have turned over a new leaf, at least for now. However, not everyone is convinced. Team members Spider-Woman and Firestar are skeptical about the approach. The series seems to be poised to explore whether past misdeeds can truly be forgiven and if one success story can pave the way for other villains to reform. Raises the question, can Ultron's notorious history ever truly be absolved, regardless of how many heroic acts he performs? I do not have a date.
The date is November 27th, Jar. And the covers we've been seeing is the first one was by Ben Harvey, and the second one is by the series artist Danny Kim.
Both are awesome.
Because if you're going to do a test, sorry.
I'll go for it.
I just want to say, if anybody can do this a good job, it's Jerry Dugan. He's done the Avengers. He's written for the X-Men. You know, he knows how to create a team of weirdos and make it work. So anybody who could make Deadpool as an Avenger work and like still be both funny and heartfelt gets my vote. And also bring back such a 90s thing as the West Coast Avengers is impressive. It's a big move on Marvel's end. I will say that.
What were you going to say, Carrie?
Oh, I was just going to say, you know, if you're going to bring about anybody as a test case to see if they can be rehabilitated, why not start off with one of the more powerful beings in the universe and just grab, you know, like
Work
kind of like
backwards.
Yeah, just throwing that out there. This could
nothing
end poorly. Yeah.
Nothing says save the world like, you know, a killer robot who has the capacity to destroy all mankind. Yeah, man. Yeah.
There's no strings on me.
Ooh.
Nice
All right.
one. I appreciate that, Jar.
All right. What's next?
I had a funny comeback, but I wasn't going to say something, or I forgot what I was going to say.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
No, missed it. Save it for the blooper reel.
I was just going to ask, you know,
Nope.
Where's the great
Nope.
Where's the what?
Great
No.
Lakes Avengers?
None of that. You missed the opportunity. Carrie, I know this is you.
Bam. All right. Coming to us on October 30th, courtesy of Mad Cave Studios, Harrow County writer Cullen Bunn, along with Nightwalker's illustrator Joe Baccardo, present The Hexiles. An incredibly dysfunctional family with demonic gifts and curses meet for the first time at the funeral of their father, so they get dysfunctional really quickly. The 6 siblings, all with different mothers, attend the funeral and discover that blood is binding and bloody damned destiny can be really bloody and damned. This 6-issue miniseries is filled with dread, gorgeous illustrations, and raging against diabolic destiny. You guys remember that I was born Halloween, so if you're looking for presents, it comes out the day beforehand. But yeah, so we're gonna have. I'm doing this with like everything released in October. Get it for me. Put me up on a list. Yeah, so this is gonna be some serious fun. There's, I guess Colin was writing it and he kind of went, wow, this got really dark. And everybody went, yeah, you had somebody who signed away their children and gave them demonic powers and had a whole lot of wives, and they just meet up and have to figure out, well, what the hell do we do? Dad cursed us. I don't like you. Blah. But it looks like it's going to be gorgeous with the artwork, and I'm really looking forward to this. Everything, Colin. Yes, more, please.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
now that leaves us with
The big one.
dun, 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 dun.
Yep. The
What?
big one.
Why the hell did I agree to this?
You listen. You volunteered. Okay.
You asked for it.
You did. You're like, oh hey, yeah, I'll take the Star Wars and the big DC ones, and then we set you up. We made it as easy as possible. It was literally like holding your hand in Walmart, man. And you just, oh no, I'm just gonna wander. Man, I'll figure it out. I'll come back.
By the way, I just wanted to say Great Lakes Avengers. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Great Lakes.
No. Trust me. Look that up later. It's both horrifying and hilarious at the same time. All right. So,
Hey,
Leo, this is a big one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be your spotter right now. Okay.
okay.
'Cause this was a huge announcement, but this one is also Mark Waid. So I'm not gonna step on your toes because you guys are super buddies. So
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt his feet.
like- Jeez. Okay, I'll let that one pass. Okay, so Mark Waid, if you haven't heard, he's like totally awesome. But he's set to take reins on Action Comics. So this long-running Superman series is making a significant change, moving from a monthly to a weekly release schedule. The transition begins with issue 1070. You're seeing right here, hitting shelves on October 9th. We got a couple pics of that.
Whoa.
Wade is teaming up with artist Clayton Henry for this new chapter in Superman's adventures. Their first storyline sends the Man of Steel on a perilous mission back to the Phantom Zone. Superman's goal to investigate the source of a mysterious otherworldly threat that's causing havoc in Metropolis. So this shift to a weekly format and the intriguing new plot suggests an exciting, fast-paced era for Action Comics. Fans can look forward for more frequent Superman stories with the added intrigue of Phantom Zone mystery to unravel.
Right.
So, we had the this is 1070 right here. We got 1071.
Is that Sinestro?
that was Zod.
Oh, okay.
And then 1072.
Ain't that quaint.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when we get to 1073, so October brings exciting news for Supergirl fans. DC Comics editors and writer Mark Waid, there's that name again, have confirmed that Kara Zor-El will be making a return to the pages of Action Comics. So this comeback will take the form of a backup story in Action Comics featuring Supergirl as the Woman of Tomorrow. The creative team behind the story pairs writer Mariko Tamaki with artist Skylar Patridge. Tamaki, known for her work on various comics, including Wonder Woman, will be crafting Supergirl's new adventure. Partridge, an upcoming artist, will bring the story to life visually. This addition to Action Comics provides readers with extra content, offering both Superman and Supergirl stories in one package. It's a great opportunity for fans to see how Supergirl's character develops in the new storyline. And if you're not watching My Adventures with Superman, they brought in Supergirl this season. Absolutely awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to catch up on that.
Yeah.
When are they going to change the S in the comic books, you think?
Oh, eventually.
Unless that's not the new S, though. I mean, there's a chance they could change it in the movie.
So, Leo, I'll take the next one.
You want the next one?
Yeah. So also in October, writer Jeff Lemire is returning back to DC as he's going to have his hands literally full in the new Absolute universe, as he is going to be the writer for Absolute Flash with art by Nick Robles and a all new, freshly announced JSA series featuring art by Diego or the GUI. So we got to see some early art for that, which not only showed the JSA roster. Hold that one there, right there, Leo. But that's also the roster for Infinity Inc., which was a different series. Which, if some of you comic book fans might know, that was a super group of younger heroes. Some of them were children of JSA or other heroes, kind of like I'm not exactly, kind of like a
Young Avengers.
A Young Avengers, Teen Titans, like kind of team. So there's some funny speculation there about how JSA Infinity Inc. will tie in. So literally, Jeff raved about getting the chance to write the JSA, saying it's a dream come true. He's a fantastic writer. So this is going to be great stuff. Very exciting. And I'm also interested to see what he's going to do for Absolute Flash. So, they didn't really have too much there in terms of the news. But of course, like with all the Absolute titles we've seen, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, there will be more that'll be coming as we get closer and closer to the end of Absolute Power and the beginning of the Absolute Universe. So
awesome stuff. And next up, we have New Gods.
Oh.
So writer Ram V announced an exciting new project as part of DC's All-In initiative. He'll be tackling Jack Kirby's iconic Fourth World in a new series called The New Gods. Set to launch in December, the series promises Ram V's unique interpretations of Kirby's cosmic mythology. The New Gods has long been a fan favorite corner of the DC universe, known for its epic scale and complex characters. Joining Ram V on this cosmic adventure is artist Yvonne Cagle. Hopefully I said that right. And while Cagle has previously created covers for Detective Comics, this marks his debut as the main artist on a DC series.
Nice.
So Ramby said Absolute and All-In triggers a cosmic imbalance which starts to spiral between New Genesis and Apocalypse. He also added that it's a story about fatherhood. So this announcement has generated significant buzz in the comic community. We're eager to see how Ram V and Cagle will approach these classic characters and concepts. The combination of Ram V's storytelling, Cagle's art suggests a visual, striking take on the New Gods.
Nice.
And I don't think I had a date for that.
No, it just said it's supposed to launch, I think, this December. So
I was
everything
really hoping we were going to get a New Gods movie.
We
I don't
could
think
see
that
that.
happened. So, Leo, I'll take the next one. So essentially, the next one is about the status of Green Lantern, and there's absolutely a lot happening there. As they elaborated on Hal Jordan's role in Absolute Power, what's essentially to come for Hal and the Green Lantern Corps in October. As Hal, Guy Gardner, John Stewart are confronting the resurrection of the Dark Stars, which were, if I'm correct, Dark Stars were a early prototype of the Green Lanterns that were disbanded, but still kind of kept coming back. Sometimes villains, sometimes assistants. Donna Troy, I think, was a Dark Star at one point. That's how far back we're going. And essentially what that resurrection will mean for their friend Kilowog. Essentially, that new storyline will then impact the fate of the Green Lantern Corps, which will also be revealed on October 9th, Green Lantern Silver Corps Special, which is being written by Jeremy Adams and his co-writer, Philip Kennedy Johnson, who Carrie is still such a fan of for his work on Immortal Hulk, and who is also killing it on Green Lantern War Journal. So, and fun fact, it's also been announced that Immortal Hulk writer Al Ewing is going to be making a transition to DC to do Absolute Green Lantern. So the Absolute universe is definitely picking up some hardcore all-star talent. So they did not have much revealed about that, but just considering the star power that the Absolute universe is building behind, this thing has some very big shoes to fill. So
Very cool.
May have
all right,
to
Leo.
get in on that Absolute Power stuff.
Yeah, man. So, all right, Leo. So I think you got the last little tidbit for this
Yep.
news. So,
Yep.
you know,
This is the stuff that Drew doesn't care about.
So we'll wrap it up fast. So G. Willow Wilson, the writer behind Poison Ivy, shared some exciting updates about the series as it enters its third year. So the creative team, including artist Marcio Takara, is gearing up for a issue number 26 set to hit shelves October 2nd. Wilson revealed that Poison Ivy's story is taking some intriguing turns. Our green-thumbed anti-hero has a new lease on life, and her powers are back in full force. She's diving back into her crusade for environmental justice, starting with a mission to restore Gotham City's polluted wetlands. However, Ivy's eco-warrior efforts aren't without consequences. In her attempt to heal nature, she accidentally awakens an ancient threat from Gotham's murky past. This unexpected development promises to add a thrilling new dimension to the ongoing narrative. So, as if it wasn't enough to get fans excited, Wilson also hinted at a crossover with Swamp Thing coming in October. So, this team up of DC's prominent plant-based characters is sure to be a treat for comic enthusiasts. Willow said there's a bigger question about where Ivy's source of power comes from.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great cover right there.
Mhm.
That's some Carrie shit right there.
Yep.
I think there was one more.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right, so that's it.
We made it.
Woohoo!
So,
crap, that was-
Yay!
Leo, I like to just point out one thing. There were obviously some stories that we weren't able to get to, unfortunately, which does not mean that these series. There was a new Spider-Girl series that's supposed to be announced, or a new Spider-Girl is supposed to be announced. There is a new Wolverine series that's Laura Kinney supposed to be coming out. There's a new Psylocke series supposed to be coming out as well. These are all important as well, but unfortunately, we weren't able to get to them. But just want to let you know, for anybody who's interested in those, they're still happening. Everything is being sprinkled throughout this year, and some spilling over to next year. But it's quite a busy time for nerds. So I wouldn't quit any day jobs, because how you can buy the books. So
And
yeah,
we're all looking forward to Doom.
there's a lot of Doom.
It's gonna
Although,
be a
Carrie,
lot of
I
Doom.
do feel that knowing this kind of does spoil some of the ending of Blood Hunt. You know, so
Yeah,
it's kind of a little annoying when these kind of things happen, because you're like, well, it would have been nice to read that.
I
Yeah.
mean, you had years to plan it out in advance, so that you knew when you could finish over and know when your cons usually take place. But
So I got a question for you. What are your thoughts
False.
on? So I believe it's only on the current X-Men storylines. I think it's going to be I don't know if all 4 books out this summer are doing it, but the last page is online only. So
Okay.
when you buy the physical copy, you get to the end of the book. It's a QR code that brings you to the last page.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's
I already bought the book. Why am I doing all the extra work?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And it's like trying to push people online. Like, if they're buying the book, you want more people to buy the physical media,
Yeah.
Don't try to push them, online.
I don't know. I just feel like we're kind of, again, anytime we go forward, we still find our way to go backwards. And Jar can back me up on this, because I feel like we are 3 bad sales days from holographic Chrome covers.
Oh, absolutely.
Like red band covers. No, not red band. Carrie, was that like red bags or?
Oh yeah,
What's Marvel do?
it is red band, but it's bagged. Yeah, red band.
Yeah. Because the story was too gory. I'm just like,
Or you could buy the gorier story.
yeah, I'm just
I
like,
don't even understand.
yeah. I'm just like,
I've compared them.
I don't know.
They aren't that much gorier.
You gotta put in
and
the
all
code.
the variant covers too. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's just exhausting.
How
You
many
know,
did the
and-
new
and-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles get? I feel like it had to have been like 600.
Yeah. I feel like eventually it's going to be. Do you remember, Leo? Do you remember when DK3 came out, Dark Knight Master Race, and then they had all of those variants to where they actually had a book made of all the variants? So instead of buying it, you could buy a book that had all the variants in there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but why?
well, like my favorite
Because then
artist.
you don't have to buy every goddamn book.
Yeah, it's
Why?
and you don't know which one's gonna be worth money, you know, and it's like I found myself like pre-ordering a bunch of the What If Donald Duck was Wolverine.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God, you are such a sucker.
We got to get him away from the computer when he's not around us.
No,
Parental
the problem is,
controls.
yeah, he just he can't. He's so bad. He can't be Jar. If we get him away from a computer, he's still going to need to be near a camera. We're like, oh, Terrificon. He's away from it. He's going to be sitting there recording panels. It's a different. I was like, if we drop him in the woods, he'll still figure it out. Remember, he knows how to work an axe. You know, it's just like you're doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. That's it. You know, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get you a Dr. Doom mask.
Hey, Dr.